Hello everyone, welcome. In this video we'll learn about Excel pivot, how using pivot you can create a lot of powerful stories, and this should be very quick compared to lot of sophisticated Tableau, ClickView, Python. You need to extract the data and code it, but using pivot you can do a lot of things which is required very quickly, and some of the powerful information you can extract. Let's learn using COVID-19 India data, which is also a very interesting thing to look at. Let me open the data sets which I have downloaded. At the end of the video, you will see in the comment section or in the description section, the link to the dataset will be available. You can always download the dataset from there and do your own practice. So let me open. So this is the dataset we have. Now it has few columns: the ID, the identification number, unique ID you can ignore. This is the patient ID, which date the testing has been done, the age of the patient, the gender, which city it belongs to, and few other information such as whether the patient has traveled or his or she is related to one of the previous patient. So this is the data we have. Now let's the first step is to create a pivot. So you have insert, that is the tab you will go. If I click here, you can see the first option is pivot table. So I'll click there. As soon as I clicked the pivot table, there are few options is coming. Select a pivot table range, and if you see, there is a moving line which is nothing but it has auto selected the dataset. Now let's check whether it has auto selected whole data. Yes, the answer is yes. So that's the beauty of it. You don't have to do anything, it is auto selected, but you have to put the cursor on a cell which has the data, not outside of the data. Now it is auto selected and it is saying okay, in the new worksheet the pivot table will be created. You can choose a existing worksheet and give a table or range where you wanted to create. If you wanted to create on the same tab individual details, but we'll choose to create in a new worksheet so that we don't accidentally make any changes to the data. And if you see, there is another option which is an external data sources. In our next video I'll explain how these external data sources can be used to develop create a pivot. But here the data sources is within the Excel spreadsheet itself. So I'll just press OK. Now you see, this is the pivot. To build a report, choose fields from the pivot table list. Now you can see pivot table analyze. That option has already been selected, so hence all these options are related to the pivot table. Now this is pivot table list. You can see if you click pivot table list, then the list will appear, otherwise it will be gone. In the pivot table fields, the first sections are the variable names which we saw in the pivot, which we saw on the data. This is a filter space, this is column space, this is row space, and this is the values. Let's see. So we saw that there has been some patients and they have been diagnosed on certain dates. Now let's see, the question is how many patients diagnosed each date. Now I'll drag this to rows. Okay, so January, February, March. By month it is auto clubbed. Now in order to show number of cases, now I can put any of the variable. Let's suppose you put id here in the values. Instead of sum, we need to see field settings count. So around 664 number of IDs are present. Let me check whether the data is correct or not. Okay, so if you see in the data, we have from 30th January till 26th. You can see there are 664 total number of cases till 26th of March. Correct? So you are getting the correct number. Now let me put gender. Okay, so let me see. Okay, in each day how many male, how many females, and there are unknowns. So there is, in the data we don't have the gender. So you can see 140, 246 males out of 664. Now if you want to know how many percentage of male, then what you need to do is you click anywhere on this summer show value field settings, show data as percentage of row total. Okay, so now you can see each row is added to 100%, male, female plus unknown. Now that means this last row, which is sum total, so far we have 37% of male, 21% of female, and 41% of the patient we don't know the gender. So this is how you can find out lot of informations. I now remove the months. So now let's suppose you wanted to group into 1 week each, right? So start with 30th January till 27th March. By days, how many days will cover? Maybe 7 days. So in each week we wanted to see how many. Okay, so now we have got. Now let me convert this into no calculations. We wanted to see number of. So in the first week there are 3, in the second week 25 cases, 42 cases, third week 100 cases, fourth week 490 cases, and the last week is only 2 days has been there. So let's remove this one so that we get a good view. Okay, so I removed this. Very nice. Now we have, now you can literally plot this, right? You can see week wise how much growth has happened. Let's suppose you wanted to calculate week wise how much growth has happened. This minus this divided by 3. So that means on the first week there has been 700% growth. So if I take, so 733%, because the numbers are small, so you see this kind of huge growth. Then you have 68, 140, 387. This is how the growth has happened. Now let's suppose you wanted to know what is the age, which age bracket is getting more impacted. Once again, right click here, group, starting at -1, ending at 96 by 10. Okay, so we have certain blanks. There has been 10 cases. Maybe -1 is a data entry error, but less than 8 year there are 10 cases. 6 is less than 18 years, so we do have substantial number of kids getting impacted by coronavirus. If you wanted to see what is the distribution, you can right click and again value filter settings, show value as percentage of column total. Now you see there has been 24% of the cases between 20 to 38. So I definitely can then see that this is the age group which goes out more frequently and hence should stay at home and obey the rules which has been set by the government. So this is how. And then let's see another thing which I'll now pass on everything here. I can again, the interesting thing is the filters can be used to do the same thing for one particular group. Now I selected all the males. Now if I drag the age to here, right? Now you see only for male I am seeing these numbers. Only for males I can see 39 to 48 group also has a substantial number of cases, which is an interesting fact, right? So 39 to 48 females are staying home, but males are not staying home, which is also what you expect. So this is how you can get a lot of insights into the data using a pivot table.